Hello, my name is Aníbal Seminario, for everyone that doesn't know me. Today I'm gonna do a quick review of three mouthpieces that I have been playing for a little bit. Just like providing background, I'm still searching for that one mouthpiece that I feel I can commit to, but I'm always open to have more gear on my case just in case I need something like a little brighter or darker. It just really depends on the context of the gig. But I do want to find like a mouthpiece that's like right in the middle that can do almost everything that I need to on a day-to-day basis. So I have played many different mouthpieces over the years, many different brands. They all got their good and bad things, I guess. But one thing that personally has been very noticeable with me is the fact that I do play better and I feel like I play more honest with hard rubber mouthpieces than with metal mouthpieces. And that's why I want to do this review today. So I have been playing mouthpieces by Ted Klum almost exclusively in all my horns for the last 3-4 years. And it started with the London Precision model, which is a metal mouthpiece, very versatile. You got that bullet chamber inside, it's great, it's super bright, but it can also be dark if needed. But I have my issues with metal mouthpieces, and I'm curious if someone else has the same experience as I do with metal mouthpieces, and I will get to that in a minute. I'm also gonna be reviewing the Tonamax, which is a hard rubber mouthpiece, and the Florida model, which is again another hard rubber mouthpiece, and they're all 7 stars. They're all the same opening, and I'm gonna be playing them with the reeds by Boston Sax Shop. It's their silver box, so it's a little bit on the brighter side. And I've been using them for a little bit. I really like them. And if you're curious of my gear, I play an Eastman tenor. It's a 52nd Street. I'm an Eastman artist, very proud of it. And the neck is actually by Boston Sax as well, and I really like it. And ligature is by Silverstein. I believe it's the cryo. Love it. Like really love the gear and the products I'm using at the time. But yeah, I'm gonna be playing these three mouthpieces right now. I'm gonna be playing the same tune, which is Nika's Dream. You guys get to hear it, compare them, and at the end, I'll tell you guys what I think. Okay, so now that you heard all the mouthpieces, I'll start with the obvious. I'll start with the metal mouthpiece, the London Precision model. Again, beautiful mouthpiece, very, very well done. The craftsmanship of Ted Klum cannot be ignored. They're all amazing pieces. I almost feel bad doing a review on them because they're just so good. But my personal thing with that mouthpiece is the brightest one I feel. Like it can go there, it's punchy, it's loud. But I personally have an issue with metal mouthpieces that I feel I can't really control them that well. I can't be 100% honest with what I'm trying to say when I'm improvising. The mouthpiece is almost playing me. It's forcing me to play a certain way. That being said, it's great for like horn section gigs, like contemporary gigs, pop gigs, wedding gigs. You know, it's definitely suitable for that. Another thing have felt over the years, because I played that metal mouthpiece exclusively for almost 2 years. I have an issue with metal mouthpieces as far as like the condensation. It makes me salivate quite a bit, so there's a lot of spit going on. For some reason, metal mouthpieces make me do that more than hard rubber pieces. And then the last thing, the voicings. I feel my voicings are off. I'm flat in the high register, especially. When I start going to altissimo, I get extremely flat. And that is something that exclusively has happened to me over the years with metal mouthpieces. Now, let's go now to the next mouthpiece, which is the Tonamax. The Tonamax, I felt like it's a very different hard rubber piece than what I'm used to. It's very resistant compared to like the other two I did on this video. It's the most resistant out of them all for me. Even though I'm playing them with the same reed, which is a size 3, it's really not that hard of a reed. But you can hear it. You can hear like it's a little more stuffy. It's just, it's got its own thing. It's a little darker, I would say. It feels to me like it's a true jazz mouthpiece, like for like a soloist that's only gonna be doing jazz and committing to their own voice and exploring that voice. I feel it could potentially be an amazing mouthpiece for something like that, but it's not for me because of what I do here in LA. You know, that mouthpiece simply would just not cut it. Again, it's a great piece. It was fun to play it, but within the first 5 minutes, I was like, oof, like this would be very difficult to maneuver through a lot of different gigs that are not jazz necessarily. And then the last one, the Florida model, clearly to me would be my favorite, leaning towards playing that mouthpiece out of the three I tried today almost exclusively. It's not resistant, it's very free-blowing. I feel there's a beautiful edge to it because I do believe that mouthpiece is modeled after some of the older Lynx, which is great. Like, I love that. That actually, my first true professional mouthpiece was a Reso chamber. It was a Joe Allard model. Beautiful piece. Just over the years, I felt like it died. It didn't play like it used to. And now I play this Florida, and I'm like, whoa, I find a lot of similarities to that mouthpiece that I used in college. It's bright, it's edgy, but there's a fatness to it. There's a round quality to the sound that I truly missed in my playing. I think it was pretty obvious out of all of those three mouthpieces, he was the one I was most comfortable with. I feel like I could truly sing and express myself and not be thinking about the gear, which is something I have been chasing for quite a while. So accepting the reality that a hard rubber mouthpiece won't have the same loudness and edginess and brightness quality of a metal mouthpiece. It's something that we have to be okay with. We can't pretend that a hard rubber mouthpiece is going to sound and do the job of a metal mouthpiece, especially for like a city like LA. We need that sometimes. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the mouthpiece. I feel like it's a great mouthpiece. It's versatile. It can go through different scenarios, whether it's something like jazzy, something like a little more intimate acoustic on the darker side of things. It can be edgy as well. I can see it, doing well even on a horn section if needed. I don't see why not. Again, I think one has to use his best judgment to pick what gear to use. I'm comfortable with the reeds and the ligatures throughout. As you can tell, I've been using the same gear, even on the metal mouthpiece. So my humble conclusion would be that Tonamax is definitely not for me. I love it. And I actually really wanted to try it because Seamus Blake, who's one of my biggest inspirations, I know he plays it, or has it on his gear, but I'm just being honest, like it just didn't resonate with me the way I thought it would. I can see myself committing to this one, the Florida model, and I'm definitely keeping the London Precision in my case at all times to have that option, to play a metal mouthpiece that can be bright, that can be punchy, that can basically match the level of my fellow brass players whenever needed. It's needed. It's needed, it's useful. I definitely recommend it. If you have a recording session and, God forbid you show up and they're like, hey, that mouthpiece sounds a little smoky, sounds a little jazzy. Do you have something brighter? Man, if you don't, what are you gonna do? So I like having the option. I like having the gear that can take that extra step if I'm reaching like a hard limit with my hard rubber piece. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did, trying them out. They're really nice mouthpieces. Again, the craftsmanship of Ted Klum cannot be ignored. I play them on my tenor now. I play them on my alto as well. And I also have his soprano mouthpiece, which is beautiful, and most likely I'm getting the Barry piece sometime soon. So I recommend that if you haven't played them, go ahead, try them out. I'm literally just giving all my personal opinions on this. I'm not going into detail as far as like the build of the mouthpiece, the chamber, the openings. Never have been that type of a player, quite ignorant if you may say. I like to just try them, know a few references about the pieces and what are they made of and what are they based on, right? But from there, like I'm more of a let's try it out, let's put it up to the test, let's try it in the real world and see how it does. And I'm happy I have done this for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know down in the comments which one is your favorite. I'm sure you probably have one. I'm very curious to hear it. And let me know what other type of videos and reviews you would like to see, because I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more of those videos. Take care, you guys. Have a great day. Bye.